Not everyone is impressed by China's economic, political, and military achievements. Many countries around the world have unfavorable views of China, due to various reasons such as historical conflicts, territorial disputes, human rights violations, trade wars, and the coronavirus pandemic. Here are the top 10 countries that hate China the most, according to a research center survey. 10. Spain is a European country that has cooperation and dialogue with China. However, Spain and China have also had some differences in recent years, due to Spain's support for the European Union's stance on Hong Kong and Xinjiang, its participation in the US-led Clean Network Initiative to exclude Chinese technology from its telecommunications infrastructure, and its criticism of China's lack of transparency and cooperation on the coronavirus pandemic. China has denied any wrongdoing and accused Spain of following the US's anti-China agenda. According to the Pew survey, 63% of Spaniards have an unfavorable view of China, up 10 percentage points since 2019. 9. South Korea is an Asian country that has geographical and cultural proximity with China. However, South Korea and China have also had some conflicts in recent years, due to South Korea's deployment of the US-backed Terminal High Altitude Area Defense (THAAD) system, which China sees as a threat to its security and interests in the region. China has retaliated by imposing unofficial sanctions on some South Korean businesses and products, such as tourism, entertainment, and cosmetics. According to the Pew survey, 75% of South Koreans have an unfavorable view of China, up 16 percentage points since 2019. 8. Netherlands is a European country that has trade and investment links with China. However, the Netherlands and China have also had some friction in recent years, due to the Netherlands' support for Taiwan's participation in the World Health Organization, its renaming of its representative office in Taiwan as the Netherlands Office Taipei, and its criticism of China's human rights violations. China has expressed its dissatisfaction and opposition to these moves and urged the Netherlands to respect the One China principle. According to the Pew survey, 68% of Dutch have an unfavorable view of China, up 12 percentage points since 2019. 7. Germany is a European country that has close economic and political relations with China. However, Germany and China have also had some disagreements in recent years, due to Germany's criticism of China's human rights record, its support for the European Union's sanctions on Chinese officials over the treatment of Uyghurs in Xinjiang, and its reluctance to allow Huawei to participate in its 5G network. China has warned Germany not to interfere in its internal affairs and not to follow the United States' lead in containing China. According to the Pew survey, 71% of Germans have an unfavorable view of China, up 15 percentage points since 2019. 6. United Kingdom is a European country that has historical and cultural ties with China. However, the United Kingdom and China have also had a falling out in recent years, due to the United Kingdom's condemnation of China's crackdown on Hong Kong's autonomy and freedoms, its offer of citizenship to Hong Kong residents who hold British national overseas passports, and its decision to exclude Huawei from its 5G network. China has accused the United Kingdom of interfering in its internal affairs and threatened to take countermeasures. According to the Pew survey, 74% of Britons have an unfavorable view of China, up 19 percentage points since 2019. 5. Australia is a Pacific country that has strong economic ties with China. However, Australia and China have also had a series of disputes in recent years, due to Australia's criticism of China's handling of the coronavirus pandemic, its call for an independent inquiry into the origins of the virus, its support for Hong Kong's pro-democracy protests, and its decision to ban Huawei from its 5G network. China has responded by imposing tariffs and restrictions on some Australian exports, such as barley, wine, beef, and coal. According to the Pew survey, 81% of Australians have an unfavorable view of China, up 24 percentage points since 2019. 4. United States is the world's sole superpower and China's main competitor on the global stage. The two countries have been engaged in a trade war since 2018, imposing tariffs on each other's goods worth billions of dollars. The two countries have also clashed over issues such as human rights, intellectual property theft, cyberattacks, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and the South China Sea. The coronavirus pandemic has further worsened their relations, as both sides have blamed each other for the origin and spread of the virus. According to the Pew survey, 66% of Americans have an unfavorable view of China, up 13 percentage points since 2019. 3. Canada is a North American country that has traditionally maintained friendly relations with China. However, Canada and China have been embroiled in a diplomatic crisis since 2018, when Canada arrested Meng Wanzhou, the chief financial officer of Huawei and the daughter of its founder, at the request of the United States. In retaliation, China detained two Canadian citizens, Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor, on charges of espionage. China also imposed trade sanctions on some Canadian products, such as canola, pork, and beef. According to the Pew survey, 67% of Canadians have an unfavorable view of China, up 22 percentage points since 2019. 2. Sweden is a Nordic country that prides itself on its democratic values and human rights record. However, Sweden and China have had a rocky relationship in recent years, due to several incidents that have strained their diplomatic ties. In 2015, China detained Gui Minhai, a Swedish-Chinese publisher who was critical of the Chinese government. In 2019, Sweden awarded Gui the Tucholsky Prize, a literary award for persecuted writers, which angered China. In 2020, Sweden banned Huawei and ZTE, two Chinese telecom giants, from its 5G network, citing security concerns. According to the Pew survey, 70% of Swedes have an unfavorable view of China, up 14 percentage points since 2019. 1. Japan is China's neighbor and rival in East Asia. The two countries have a long history of animosity, dating back to the Sino-Japanese Wars, the Nanjing Massacre, and the Japanese occupation of China during World War II. Today, Japan and China are locked in a tense standoff over the Senkaku, Diaoyu Islands, which both claim as their own. Japan also views China as a threat to its security and interests in the region, especially as China expands its naval and military presence in the South and East China Seas. According to the Pew survey, 85% of Japanese have an unfavorable view of China, the highest among all countries surveyed.